are, but where are we? We were on the road to WrestleMania, but things are kind of up in the air at the moment.
Jumping right into that.
Well, that's just part of it.
Okay, yeah. Why not?
I mean, how? Well,
that's a good point. Let's get the tough news out of the way. Well, let's get the good news out of the way first, because this is the Troop Brothers Wrestling Podcast. We're back.
We are back. We're here. We have not shut down.
I'm one of your hosts. My name's Cameron Osborne. I'm here in self-quarantine. And on the other side of the horn there, my co-host is actually there.
Mike the Shoot Shepherd is who I am.
And you're also in self-quarantine.
Self-quarantine. I was so wrapped up in this that I forgot to even introduce us. But we are the Shoot Brothers. And
that's the good news, because we're back here for another week. But the bad news is... Oh, God.
The state of wrestling is kind of in flux. It's one of the only entertainment sports we can have at the moment, so we need you.
So we need you back. Of course, we had this crazy empty arena Smackdown that we will get to, but Wednesday Night War still happened, because when this happened, the world was sane. Oh, my God. Just remember a couple days ago when the world was normal.
Yeah, we had arenas full.
We had arenas full and all those great things. Before we kick off the show, though, let's kick off the show the only way that we know how to, which is with the tweet of the week. It's the tweet of the week. It's the tweet of the week. We'll just get this out of the way. Is WrestleMania canceled because of a bug? Who knows? Who really knows? There's a lot of other stuff that canceled, though emphasized by this week's Tweet of the Week champion, brand new Tweet of the Week champion, singer. You may know him as Paige's boyfriend, but his name's Ronnie Radke. I'm sure you know. He's from the band Escape the Fate. Remember
Sounds
them?
like an asshole.
No. Back in like the early 2000s, there was a whole thing where he threw a mic stand into the crowd.
Was it like out of anger, or was he just being stupid?
Who knows? But it was like one of those mic stands that it doesn't have the 3-legged base. It has like the solid metal base, and he threw it.
Those are heavy,
and it hit like this 16-year-old girl, and she had to go to the hospital.
Jesus.
And then he was like charged with assault. Oh, it was a crazy thing. But anyways,
so I was correct to judge him.
You were correct to think certain things of him. But this week he jumped there on Twitter and said, at NBA canceled, at NHL canceled, at MLB canceled, at WWE use promo code COVID-19 for a free hot dog and half price on your Smackdown ticket.
Whoa.
Funny stuff. Yeah, because right now that is true. Actually, we haven't even heard.
Well, I'd like to say it's suspended. They have not used the word canceled for any of those events.
That's a good point. The
plan, their plan is to still have playoffs, and hopefully, maybe come May, June, we can do that. We'll see. But yes, what's his name? I forgot it already.
Ronnie Radke. Of Escape the Fate.
Paige. I like you, Paige. You continue to have bad taste in men, but that's okay.
No, I think he changed, though. It was like he did it when he was like 20.
Well, not
and
just
now he's
him.
like an adult.
Her track record.
Sorry. I was more on his side. You were you were defending Paige's side. Gotcha.
No, I'm on Paige's side. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So you can defend that dirtbag if you want. No, there we go. Tweet of the week, Ronnie.
You hate. Should I pick another tweet of the champion? You hate this guy, and you've never even. You don't even know what he looks like.
No, it's sometimes heels win, sometimes baby faces.
That's a good point. That's a good point. A heel champ, it's coming off Chuck E. T, of course. The storyline should have been there. What? Next thing we know, if Ronnie Radke becomes a 2-time 2-league champion,
wow,
building some big heat,
passing a lot of big names, he would. But let's go to the final live edition, or at least populated edition.
As far as we know, we have no clue.
For the next couple of weeks, at least. I do think they announced the next week will be an empty arena, so Dynamite is continuing.
AEW. All Elite. They coming for you, Vince. Better watch out. It's too sweet.
But this one was a normal show, because I think it was actually during, as it was airing, that the news broke about the NBA, so things were still normal.
Exactly.
So it's AEW Dynamite. Everything's fine. We're backstage hanging out. Tony Schiavone is interviewing the Hangman because he's got a mystery partner for a match later tonight. The Young Bucks are there, or I forget, one of them. I don't know. He wants to be his partner, but he insults him and says, fuck you, basically. Mm-hmm. But let's go into some matches here. Cody is taking on Ortiz. And during the match, Jake the Snake comes out with Lance Archer. So
his client. We only have to wait 1 week.
Why even make a mystery? I don't know. But
who knows?
Whatever. Yeah.
I guess it's an easy way of introducing someone, I guess.
Yeah. I guess, so that way, Jake didn't steal the pop, I guess. So they have Jake already out. I don't know.
Good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's a huge signing for
Yeah, I'm down to see where this goes. Cody's got like 5 feuds at once. He's a busy man.
He's a busy man, and I think I guess they have the last two IWGP US champs are actually over here in AEW. You ever think about that?
Yeah, dual champ Mox.
Yeah. Mox, this guy, Cody, they're just stealing that New Japan pool, eh?
Yeah. So Cody and Ortiz, they're having a good match here. Cody ends up getting the submission with the figure 4, which is nice to see every once in a while. Not always the crossroads.
Yeah, switch it up. Why the heck not?
Yeah. And then afterwards, Inner Circle pop up on the screen. They're taunting Cody, mention the upcoming Blood and Guts match, and they reveal that Nick Jackson has had this heavy steel door closed on him, slammed on his head. He's bleeding from the mouth. He does not look good. So EMTs come and take him out on a stretcher. So even if Paige wanted to pick him as his partner, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Nick. That one was Nick, right? I still don't know who's who.
So I figured out my way of remembering is Matt has the mutton chops, so Mutton Matt.
Oh, okay, shit, that's a good one.
But if he ever shaves them.
What do you do for the Usos? What's your little thing there?
So Jey Uso has a cross on his arm tattoo. Well, Jimmy doesn't.
J Cross.
Notice the cross.
J
Cross.
Cross.
There you go.
Yikes.
No, Matt and Nick did take me a while until I just finally put together Mutton Matt. One of them has lighter hair than the other. I can't remember which one.
This I think this is cool if I don't know. I guess if you take one of the elite members away, so you can put Jon Moxley in that match.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe if Nick Jackson is out of it, and then you can slide Moxley in there, and it would just make it all more, just all grand, all the biggins. You can't have a huge match without Moxley.
Yeah, I mean, you would think some way or another he can find his way into that match. But let's go to some women's tag action. We get Chris Statlander teaming with Hikaru Shida against Nyla Rose and Bea Priestley. This is all right. Statlander continues to look good. Nyla Rose hits a spear on Shida and hits the Beast Bomb to get the win.
Yeah, another win over Shida and Statlander. So
the two top.
I haven't checked those rankings in a long time, but maybe it's time for somebody new to challenge Double or Nothing. It's all going on according to plan, right?
We'll see.
We'll see.
This Blood and Guts thing is up in the air at the moment, but yeah.
Oh my God, Mike, this sucks. Life sucks.
The timing, the worst timing, right before playoffs, right before WrestleMania. Why couldn't this happen back in October? Then we would have been over it by now. Everything would have been fine. Then we go to a video package of Christopher Daniels just kind of taunting the Dark Order, and he challenges Uno and Stu to singles matches to see if the Exalted One will come out to aid them. And then 6-man tag match, The Butcher, The Blade, and MJF taking on Jurassic Express. Just the good, fun stuff. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves the Luchas. They're working over Luchasaurus, the big guy. So Jungle Boy and Marco start teaming together, running wild, hitting a bunch of little moves. But then the Bunny jumps in up on the apron to distract the ref. And then Wardlow comes out and he starts interfering. And the Blade fucks with shit behind the ref's back. So MJF is able to lock in the Salt of the Earth and Marco taps out.
Poor dumb baby faces. When will dumb baby faces learn to not...
Well, there was cheating.
There were some nefarious means. I like Marco Stunt, and I want him to.
He's great.
Want him to get a little dub there, you know.
Get a big win at a big time. One of these days.
One of these days, it's gonna be huge too. It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be.
He's gonna get something clean, a clean pin.
Yeah, over a big name.
I haven't checked his ratings in a long time, but I don't picture they're good.
No, I don't think he might have won a tag match with the Jurassics, but he definitely hasn't won any
singles matches.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. Britt Baker comes out, cuts another heel promo with Tony, and then Big Swole comes out, gets in her face, and Britt just says, "You don't have any relevance. The only person in your household that wrestling cares about is your boyfriend." Because Big Swole's dating, I forget who. Someone from WWE or NXT.
Oh, okay.
And then Swole says, "Yeah, well, I'm married, baby." So another reference to Adam Cole.
Another reference to Britt Baker's own situation.
Yeah, so bam. And then Britt splashes her with hot coffee and runs away. So there you go. Some good female drama.
Yeah, more good stuff. Britt Baker's, becoming a better heel.
Yeah.
As each day goes on.
Cedric Alexander, that's who is dating Big Swole.
Oh,
Or
okay.
Married to Big Swole. Married, baby.
Baby.
So there you go. One's doing much better than the other in WWE currently.
That's a good point.
But yeah, let's go. Joey Janela is teaming up with Private Party to take on the Death Triangle. Or the Death Triangle, said in Spanish.
Dubbed in Spanish.
Yes. And
no, it'd be
it's
like
only...
Muerte Triangle. That's my guess.
But, it's only been a week, and they've already got their own logo. They got the graphics, so they're a real unit.
Yeah, they got that one pretty quickly. I guess whoever's sitting there over at the AV. Yeah, Triangulo de la Muerte.
All right, perfect. So they come out, some good tag wrestling. Eventually, Pac hits the Black Arrow on Janela, gets the pin, and the win for the Death Triangle.
Fun, fast pace, put everyone over.
And then after the match, the three of them jump on and they apply this triple submission, a literal Death Triangle. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Until the best friends come out and chase them away. So that's the kind of feud continues. Orange Cassidy, he's going to get that rematch against Pac, and he's going to get him.
You think so?
Maybe. Double or nothing. Double or nothing. That's
well, it's abundantly clear that Orange Cassidy needs to be on that show. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what they do. He's singles matches. Just save them. They should be a big special thing like that on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Everyone loves them.
100%. Well, I'm all for the Triangulo de la Muerte.
Yeah.
Why not?
Good stuff. Yeah, why not?
I guess
the Lucha Brothers needed a bit of a mouthpiece.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, they can kind of get by, as it were, certainly for speaking a language that's not theirs.
Yeah. And now Pac, if he's not going to be in the main title scene, he can do some fun stuff in the tag division for a little while with this. So
exactly,
it's fine.
It's main event time though.
Yeah, because backstage, Dustin was all fired up. He's pissed off. He tells Hangman, "You don't get a choice. I am your partner tonight, like it or not." So let's do this.
Some veteran leadership coming in there. I love that.
And we did also get a graphic that says next week the Dark Order presents the Exalted.
He's going to show up finally. Oh my God, who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be? And we don't know. Blood and Guts.
Where's the shoot meter though? Where's the shoot meter on this?
Well, like I said, I don't think at this point I don't think it's going to be Matt Hardy. But I think Matt Hardy might still be involved in one thing or another.
Did you?
But I don't think.
Have you seen the most recent Free the Delete? Because it was on Being the Elite. No, yeah. So it was on the one Free the Elite where the Young Bucks show up, and then the one after that where he asks the Young Bucks to super kick this demon out of him and then bury him alive. That's the only way it can work. So they go through it. It's kind of funny. It's 5 minutes. It's totally worth a watch. Okay. But that is how it ends. He gets super kicked into a coffin, and then they shut the coffin, lower it, and then cover it up with dirt.
So is he the Exalted One or not?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Wasn't there also rumors about the man formerly known as Luke Harper?
Yes, so that's I'd lean more towards him than Matt Hardy at this point.
That'd be cool.
My shoemaker.
That'd be cool. And is there anybody else who's recently left WWE who could show up?
Sin Cara?
Sin Cara? Could he be the Exalted One? We don't know.
He already has a mask and everything.
We don't know.
So
TJP?
but I mean, they announced this before we knew next week would be an empty arena. Do you think the Exalted One still comes out in the empty arena? Or is this going to be a Lacey Evans? I come, turn around, you don't see me. I leave for a couple months.
That's a good point. It's going to be hard to. It's going to be hard to say if they're going to have to redo booking
because you won't get that big pop, the big reveal pop.
That's a
in an
good
empty
point.
Arena.
It's
hard to say.
Their YouTube presence is so spot on. I'm really curious about how much of that sort of market they've cornered. They put out every dark and then every match from the weekly show like in their entireties and then also cut up into certain things. I think they're getting, they must get a lot of hits and shit like that.
Yeah, no, YouTube, you got to have a decent YouTube game. As we've seen, WWE, they don't care if an angle is bad. If it gets YouTube hits, they'll keep it going.
Because most people searching YouTube are 12-year-old boys who mean to search the word cock, C-O-C-K, but they actually type the word cuck, C-U-C-K, and then the first thing that pops up is Lana Lashley Rusev, and then they click it.
All right. Well, they learned something. They learned what cuck means. Educational.
And they're learning what cucks means at the same time. Yeah, let's go Luke Harper. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
But is it going to happen?
I don't know.
But,
yeah, let's go to the main event. Hangman Page and his mystery revealed partner, Dustin, taking on Jericho and Sammy Guevara. It's another solid match. Dustin has to hit his daily destroyer on Sammy.
Hey, he's getting pretty good at those these days.
He looks good.
He's getting better. He's getting better.
And then Page follows up with the buckshot lariat, and they get the win.
Yeah, hey.
And then right after, Inner Circle attacked them, so Omega comes down to help, but he gets taken out. Cody comes down, he gets some shots in, he's taken out, so the Inner Circle are beating them all down. And then they bring Hangman up to the top of the stage. They set him up, they're ready to give him that shield power bomb off of it. But Matt Jackson comes out and makes the save. But then he gives Page the finger, and then they both get nailed in the head with chairs by Jericho. So the Inner Circle end up standing tall to end the show anyway. So Matt didn't do much.
Matt didn't do much. Yeah, I guess Adam Page is real hot right now, and then he got the beat down.
Yeah, and they still hate each other. So Inner Circle stands tall. They did announce the rules for the Blood and Guts match. So 2 men enter the cage. And they start for 5 minutes, and then every 2 minutes after that, other people enter. And then once all 10 are in, the winner must win by submission or surrender. No pinfalls, which is what the original
submission or surrender.
Yeah,
that's sick. And that's some OG War Games.
That's OG. And
that's awesome.
I think they said the cage is going to be roof as well, like the original. So like 2 cages with roofs on them. So it'll be like a hybrid between a Hell in a Cell, because it'll still be right beside the ring.
Oh, it's going to look so cool.
But we don't know, though, because, when and where. I mean, the match will happen. We just don't know when and where anymore at this point.
Yeah, I have been looking on various AEW socials to see if... Because at least like WWE made the call for their weekly shows. They're like, oh, it's just going to be right here for instead.
Yeah. So... we don't know. So I guess AEW, I don't know. Are they going to still go to a regular arena next week, or do they have a smaller place booked so they can just do an empty thing? We're going to see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
The curiosity of it will add a bit.
The curiosity of all of this, yeah.
Yeah, like SmackDown's viewership wasn't affected. The ratings were pretty normal, so people still tuned in.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know what that says about the weekly product that they're spending millions of dollars on. It ends up being the exact same. We'll get there. We'll get there, though.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that later on.
Yeah. So AEW. Well, what's next? We don't know. More than ever, we don't know.
We really don't know, and as soon as we find out, you'll probably already know because the show will probably actually come out after you.
Our show's not live.
Our show is not live.
It's filmed live in front of a studio audience.
In front of a studio audience, it's not live.
But they're not here today because the corona.
Because we're self-quarantining ourselves.
Yes.
Let's. It's still Wednesday
In
night,
respect
though.
to our fellow Toronto Raptors, we are self-quarantining
Yes, exactly.
out of allegiance.
It's still Wednesday night though, and this was planned all along, right? And NXT was live at the Performance Center, but live with a crowd.
NXT, what does it mean? I don't know, but it's some good wrestling. So NXT, watch and see. Gotta tap out a count out of 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so I think it's slightly smaller than the full
Than the
sale.
normal Full Sail, but this was planned, right?
But still, yeah, this was
a planned event where it was supposed to be at the PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's just keep building up. We're still building up to take over Portland,
Tampa. Yeah. we got through Portland.
And the show actually kicks off with what's it kick off?
Title
with?
match.
Fucking hot title match. We have Keith Lee defending his North American Championship against Cameron Grimes.
The slimy Cameron Grimes.
The slimy Grimey.
He wears that hat just to make you hate him, but I love him. He's a great heel.
Yeah, I was gonna say the combination. It's the
Like
combination.
the douche, the hat, the vest, like
the
he's
leather
like some modern
vest.
cowboy.
It's like, what are you doing, bud?
Yeah. But no, good match, great match, back and forth. Grimes got lots of moves in, but Lee hits that Big Bang Catastrophe to get the win. And then after the match, Damian Priest comes out, nails Lee from behind with his nightstick, because he's the big boss man now. And then Dijakovic comes out, chases him off, saves his rival, Keith Lee. And then Dija grabs the title and goes to help Lee up. But Lee picks him up and hits a spirit bomb, because I guess he didn't see what happened. He thinks Dijakovic was the one who attacked him.
Yeah, maybe that's what he thought he saw, or maybe he's turning a little heel.
I don't know. I was gonna say that was the first like slightly heel thing we've ever seen from from Keith Lee.
Yeah, and
I was kind of like, Lee, no, what'd you do?
Exactly, right. You're like, what did
Lee?
Dijakovic ever do to you? You guys put on great
Yeah.
matches. I don't know. Maybe this is the way to turn that sympathy the other way, keep this program going, and actually, have Dijakovic be the face of this operation.
Yeah. Or it could have been an honest mistake.
Or it could have been an honest mistake.
We'll see.
Or we
Damian
might
Priest.
not. We're not too sure.
We don't know. That's the intrigue. That's the intrigue. But let's go on here. Mia Yim, I forget, taking on Dakota Kai. The winner earns a spot in that number one contenders ladder match. But I want both these women in that match.
Oh.
But it's not fair. Anyways, Yim, she was doing well. She's dominating Kai, but on the outside, that Raquel attacks her, slams her into the side of the ring. But Yim avoids a haluva kick from Dakota, and she hits a big sit-out powerbomb into a pin. But then Raquel pulls her out of the ring at 2, so she's causing all sorts of shit. So Kai's in control in the ring. She goes for the pin, but the shenanigans of Raquel backfire on her because the ref's distracted. He's not counting. So Kai comes over to yell at him. Mia hits her with a code breaker, gets the win. She moves on to the ladder match. So that makes me excited because the last time she was in a ladder match, it was amazing.
It was a fantastic free match, yeah.
Yeah, but and then of course right after Raquel gets in the ring, attacks her, lays her out. But when she gets up, the crowd's chanting Mia. So the Mia militia is in full force. I'm happy.
The Mia militia. Did you just come up with that?
That was a Moro Ronaldo.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that one.
Yeah, he's got lots of them. Mama Mia militia. He loves those M's. It's actually Mia. Of course, Mia's his favorite. Mama Mia. He should just. Anyways, let's go on here. Kushida takes on Raul Mendoza.
Now, wasn't Kushida supposed to come over and be super hot, and then we went to weekly TV, and then we lost him? What happened there?
They've done nothing. Yeah, he showed up a bit. He lost a couple times, and then they had his Alex Shelley come in, didn't they? And they had a tag team, and then they lost that too. And yeah, he's been here for like 6 months, hasn't done anything, but.
Yeah, they
let him.
They had an opportunity. I think they may have lost in the first round of the old Dusty Cup there.
Yeah, the time splitters. But he finally catches a break here. They have a good little match. Kushida hits a Spanish fly off the top rope right into a cross arm breaker, and he gets the submission win. So finally,
imagine seeing more of those.
Yeah, that was great.
Like on a semi-regular basis.
Yeah. I don't know. So maybe maybe they're waiting for NXT Japan to open so I can send them back there.
Oh, is that a real thing?
It's rumors.
Interesting.
I'm thinking, and then I don't know if they open NXT Japan, they should just merge with NXT UK and have like NXT Global or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and NXT INT.
Yeah, so you have NXT North America and NXT International. There you go.
Book it.
Triple H.
Book it, Hunter.
But then the women's champ, Rhea Ripley, comes out. She cuts a promo on Charlotte and their WrestleMania match and says this is the biggest match of her career. And Charlotte fails under the pressure. And she's going to knock the Royal Queen on her ass. But then Charlotte comes out. The crowd's chanting, "You don't go here." So she tells him to shut up and sit down. And she cuts a promo on Rhea. Gets in the ring. Her and Ripley start brawling. But Charlotte gets the upper hand and locks in a figure 4 around the ring post. That extra leverage.
That extra, yeah. I thought she was going to go into the 8. I just imagine if it was
real.
the figure 8
around the pole.
Oh my God, that'd be too much.
Yeah. But then we cut back to the parking lot. Mia Yim's there. She's feeling good about her win. She's talking to the camera. But then a car goes speeding past her, nearly hits her. And then it pulls over, and these 2 masked luchadors come out and abduct Raul Mendoza.
What the hell? Who's
Is this the NXT Stark Order? What's going on here?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so we have an abduction angle. It's official.
That's pretty fun.
That was cool. It's an interesting mystery.
Anytime.
What's in the cage?
What's in the cage? Who killed Roman Reigns? All of these
Yeah.
things are fun. Let us believe a little bit, right?
Yeah. Who attacked Ciampa in the parking lot? Things like that. Whatever.
Wait, who attacked?
Or
Who
maybe it
did
was the other way
attack?
around. Nikki Cross knew.
Oh, right. How? Yeah. Why did she?
Like, I know.
Who was
She's
it?
crazy. She
Was
spies on people.
Was it Johnny Gargano?
I forget.
I forget who.
I forget now.
Who
Doesn't matter.
shot Tommaso Ciampa?
More women's action, though. We get Tegan Knox taking on Deonna Purrazzo. We haven't seen much of in a while, but this is a qualifier match. Winner gets a spot in the ladder. So you can kind of predict who's going to get this one. Knox, she hits a headbutt, followed by the shiniest wizard, gets the win, gets the spot at TakeOver. So she deserves it.
And a little bit of a squash, though, right?
A little bit. I mean, Purrazzo hasn't established much.
Yeah, wasn't she on the main?
roster.
Wasn't she on the main roster once?
Yeah, for like one random match.
One random match. Yeah.
Yeah, they did that with Chelsea Green too, for no reason.
Huh. Well, I mean, we have to be nearing our total amount of people for this match. Maybe 4 now total. 4 people.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I forget if the number's 6 or 8.
It could be 6 or 7.
But,
so
yeah, we're getting close. Only a couple spots left.
Only a couple
more.
more.
Bianca Belair hasn't had her shot yet.
Only a couple. Only a couple more weeks until the event may or may not happen.
Yeah. At this point, it seems like it's just a game of chicken. Like it's, for all intents and purposes, canceled. It's just a matter of if the city itself cancels it, Vince gets more money from insurance, as opposed to if he cancels it himself and loses a lot of money.
Oh, you think so? You think there's an insurance?
That's what I've heard. Like if the mayor shuts it down or whatever, then yeah, he gets some sort of insurance payout for like it's out of his control and blah blah blah.
Interesting.
That's what I've heard. The logistics of it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, there have to be logistics.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But you can't do an empty arena mania. At that point, I would just postpone it.
Yeah,
you know?
you couldn't. You absolutely couldn't.
Maybe this year cancel SummerSlam and have WrestleMania in the summer and still treat it like WrestleMania.
You could do that. I mean, imagine if, like the Super Bowl. That would be that would be one of the craziest
If
things.
this had happened a few months ago before the Super Bowl?
Or yeah, just
that
I
what
mean,
you're
well,
saying?
you know, the Super Bowl being that, you know, especially WrestleMania is the Super Bowl of wrestling events
It
for
is,
sure,
yeah.
but Super Bowl being the biggest sporting event in North America. I mean, they did. I mean,
Yeah.
March Madness is, you know,
March Madness is wiped out. That's huge.
Is probably a number 2.
Yeah.
Imagine if
The
you had to
Olympics are going to get fucked this year.
Imagine you had to
Summer
cancel
Olympics.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, or if the World Cup was this year, that'd be
Yeah, that'd be craziness.
wild. But let's go. Wrestling's still alive.
Still alive
The
and
Undisputed
well.
Era. Adam Cole's still the champ. Undisputed Era come out. They're all in the ring, but then the Dreams music plays, and he appears in the balcony, which is a staple of NXT. I love that they have that little balcony.
Yeah, like, you can just kind of show up there.
Yeah. So he says he's got his eyes set on you, Adam Cole, on that NXT championship. The Dream doesn't really care about Roddy Strong and his family. Roddy is just tights with faces on them, man. So, but Strong is dumber than he looks. Dream says, you're looking at your TakeOver Tampa main event. But Adam Cole says, no way. You haven't earned anything. You lost last week. And next week, Cole's going to have a celebration as he will officially become the longest reigning NXT champion of all time.
Beating who? Do we know?
I think Finn Balor had the
Beating
record.
Finn Balor.
Yeah, the demon.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, he's not going to lose it before then, so he'll have the record.
He will have the record,
and he deserves it. My wrestler of the year, PWI's wrestler of the year.
I don't think he was, but I get you.
He was someone's, or maybe Dave Meltzer's wrestler of the year.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you are right too. Finn Balor. 292 days is when we go over.
Yeah, so we're getting there.
That's so
Can
cool.
you go for the full year, the full 365? If there is no takeover Tampa, he probably will for sure.
He could just keep going. I mean, I was thinking the same thing about the Raptors too, right? I mean, the Raptors could be. There's a chance the Raptors could be the longest defending
The longest
champions, because usually everyone would peak out around that 360 days, 380 days or something. But there's a chance that if we could push that for 400.
Yeah, be first ever.
I don't know.
only
It
time.
It could happen. 'Cause I feel like even when there's a lockout, they compress like the beginning of the season, not the end of the season.
Yeah, like the season still ends on time.
It still kind of
Before
ends
July.
on time, but it's like, okay, we're getting 50 games in instead of 80.
Yeah. We'll see. We want that Larry OB though. We got to get it.
Gotta get it back.
But the tag title match, that's what's on the line next. We got the Broserweights defending against Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. They get another shot. And the match is going well. We're having some fun. The Undisputed Era, they keep trying to interfere on the outside. Adam Cole just gets right in the ring at one point. And then Dunn makes a slapping sound and falls to the ground pretending he was hit. And the ref turns around. He thinks they're cheating, so he tosses them out.
That was one of the best played versions
clever,
of that, and they were trying to convince him so hard that
like,
that
no,
wasn't
no.
us.
He's like,
And then
I heard it. I heard it.
Ref really wound up his arm on this one, and they were so furious.
Oh, yeah. The way they sell it, like it's
that was
You know
a great
what?
version of that, and just let Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle do their little stand, and their little shrug thing. Just
yeah, the old
that was
umpire
great.
toss.
That was entertaining as hell.
Yeah, we love it. So they're gone. So the match continues, but near the end of it, the grizzled young vets come out, start causing distractions and interference. But the Broserweights overcome this, and they hit their double strike finisher to get the win, retain their titles. But the vets, the Grizzleds, they're clearly in on this, and they're definitely not part of NXT UK anymore. It seems.
Maybe some kind of three team tag. Tag wrestling's hot, and I think Triple H knows that.
Yeah, NXT has always been out of the one place where tag wrestling is kept all right in the WWE.
Of course.
So we'll see where that goes.
Be great to see.
But,
It'd be great to see.
So that was the last match of the night, but then Tommaso Ciampa comes out, cuts a promo on Johnny, and he wants to know why. That's the end of the question, but Johnny shows up on the screen. He starts talking. Ciampa knows where he is, so he just goes backstage and finds him, and the two of them start fighting all over the performance center.
All over the place.
Through the gym. Yeah, they're fucking knocking over dumbbells, all other areas, the kitchen. I don't know. They're everywhere. They finally do get back into the arena. Ciampa grabs a chair, runs, nails Johnny in the head. They break through some railing on the way down. They fall. I don't know what the spot was supposed to be. But then they fight back up onto the balcony. They're onto the NXT balcony. They're both trying to throw each other off. But then Ciampa ends up hitting a fucking air raid off the balcony through the announce table below. Crowd chants, "Holy shit, indeed."
Holy shit, indeed.
Didn't look like a big crash pad was under there.
Ciampa just killed Johnny Gargano.
Killed him.
He didn't perform a wrestling maneuver.
They're dead.
He performed an execution.
Yeah. An execution, exactly. So there you go. Both men may be dead to end the show.
Who may be dead. End the
but
show.
Johnny is more hurt. But yeah, great spot. The feud that never ends.
The feud that never ends. It goes on and on. Our friends. Some people
started fighting.
Yeah, and then it seems like the way this is going, maybe add some kind of this one could be stipped. I can see in
Yeah.
I mean, these guys have stipped before.
What step do they have left to do? We need something.
Have they done False Count Anywhere?
Maybe. No, maybe they did Last Man Standing instead of that.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
we can stip it up. I mean, they're
An empty arena match.
a Super Bowl
That used to be
halftime.
still. Halftime heat.
A Super Bowl halftime Mankind match.
Yeah, I don't know. Barbed wire rope match.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. haven't
Wait,
seen
what about
those
a
since.
barbed wire strap match?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. That hurt. I don't know. We'll let them figure it out.
We'll let them figure it out. Don't book it. Don't book it quite yet. But
Don't
book
book it
the
yet.
NXT INT. Book that one for me, please, because that was our Wednesday Night War.
Yeah. Both shows maintaining good wrestling all around.
And this may be the last. This will probably be the last normal shows we'll see for
at least probably a month or so.
for at least probably a month or so. So hope you guys had a great time, because I sure as hell know that we did. We are going to take a break though.
Yes.
We're going to take a break before we come back, because we still have trivia, and we have this insane Smackdown where no one was fucking there.
No one was there.
No one was there, but John Cena was there, so we'll be right back.
Let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, yeah, let's shoot, brother, yeah.
Folks, we're back with the show. We're back with the part dos.
Part dos. Yes. These next few weeks of shows, I feel like they might go by. They're going to go by quickly. I mean, in terms of recording and listening, I feel like they might not be as long.
That's a good point,
show.
Mike. This could be a good time for us to maybe expand our horizons. What have we wanted to do on the show that maybe we haven't before? Special episodes, maybe, some pay-per-view reviews of sorts.
Yeah, old school classics,
things like
wrestling,
that. It'd be fun for us to maybe.
Yeah, no, that's why I bring things up here, because. Yeah, that's something we can think about.
Something we can do. Something we'll keep our minds open to. But the one thing that we're always open to, and we keep it going every single week, is trivia.
Trivia. Woo! Trivia.
Trivia.
That was something we came up with. And it's really taken a mind of its own, because we have not wavered. I think it was maybe something we're like, oh, that'll be fun to do. And now every single week we're just delivering some hot facts. And presented in
stuff.
interesting ways, which I think is also part of the fun. Mike, I have 3 questions for you today.
I will give you 4 questions.
Stack them up.
Stack 'em
Johnny. Okay, what you got for me?
Well, since the world of wrestling is what it is right now, and based on that, last week you gave me that nice Jumanji question, right?
I did. Yeah, that's a good point, because
Yeah.
it was the sponsor of Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, so there you go. I'm just going to give you some miscellaneous trivia this week.
Just random.
Miscellaneous.
Perfect.
Well, stuff, movies, sports, music, things of that nature.
Perfect. Okay.
So here we go. Let's start off with this one.
Okay.
You get a point for each correct answer.
Oh, shit.
I want you to name all of Rocky's main opponents from the first 5 movies.
Okay, so the first is Apollo Crews.
Excuse me?
Wow. What did I just say? What did I just say there? Wait, who's Apollo Crews?
He's a forgotten about wrestler on the Raw or
Oh,
SmackDown.
yeah. That's what it was.
It all comes back around.
Wait,
man.
what was,
You know the name. Now let's
No.
hear it.
I was saying, were we just saying that because he was dating? He's married to Big Swole.
No, that was Cedric Alexander.
Oh, okay.
Different black
okay.
man, but
Cedric
I'll
Alexander.
forgive your racism.
Well, sorry, no, that was my bad. It was Apollo Creed who we're talking about.
Yes. He was that's the first movie done.
Yes, that's the first movie. Rocky 2 is. Well, Rocky 4 is Ivan Drago.
Yes,
So,
you got
I'll get that one out of the way. Which one does he fight Mr. T in? Rocky 2 or Rocky 3? Shit. Because Apollo Creed's in them the whole time. Okay, well, Mr. T, it's like Is it Chubby Lang? No, not Chubby. That sounds funny. It's something
You're
Lang.
close.
It's something Lang. I
Yeah,
know that.
You're,
and I'm gonna
you're pretty close.
And I'm gonna say
pretty
that one's Rocky 3. Chubland. Chubland.
Yeah, you've got almost
I'm
everything.
so close.
It is.
Chubby.
It is Rocky 3. It's something Lang, and it's got a B and a C and a.
Chubber.
So close.
Is it Chubber?
It's not Chubber, but it's very close.
Chubbed? Oh my god.
If you switch the H to one letter, you have it. Not Chubber.
Clubber.
Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang. Wow.
So you've gotten Rocky 1, Rocky 3, and Rocky 4.
And I forget who Rocky 2 is. I thought he fought Apollo Creed twice. Doesn't he fight?
Maybe that's
doesn't
it.
he fight Apollo Creed in Rocky 2 also?
He does. So that's
Okay.
what I was looking for.
And then Rocky 5. Oh my God, that's
The low point.
Is
of
that the one
series.
where he's training his son?
Yeah.
Is that
so
that
this,
one? Oh,
this
God,
final,
I
the
don't
final
remember
bout, the final battle takes place on the street. It's not even a boxing match.
Oh yeah, I remember this. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and it's against. I couldn't even. I couldn't even say. But isn't it somebody who's like not really in?
He's a nobody. Like Rocky's son doesn't want to be a boxer, so Rocky starts training this guy, and then he turns into a dick. And then
Right,
'cause Rocky
he's like-
can't fight because he's got brain damage or something. They
Right,
don't let
he's
him
not
fight
like
anymore.
associated with the rest of the franchise.
No, he's a one and done.
He's just like a one and done whose name I don't know. I got
One
nothing. I
and-
got nothing on Rocky 5.
Well, I'll call him Mr. One and Done, Tommy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn. Okay.
Tommy Gunn, yeah. And a bonus point if you can name his opponent from Rocky Balboa, the 6th Rocky movie.
The 6th. And
Yeah.
Final Rocky. No, I never saw that one, but wasn't that there a whole thing where it was like there was 2 endings?
Yeah. There's multiple endings.
Something like that? No. Well, who's the name? What's the name?
That was Mason the Line Dixon.
Oh, that's funny. I get it.
Yeah. And a double bonus point.
Oh God.
Because in Rocky 3, Hulk Hogan was in it, if you remember.
Oh, I don't remember. No.
Okay. Well, then the question was, what was his character's name?
Oh.
But if you don't.
Well,
It was-
what was the name?
Thunder Lips. What a name, eh?
Thunderlips.
Yeah, it sounds like a porn star name.
Yeah, that does. That's a good point. That does. That was fun. That was fun. I got 4 Chubber Lang.
Yeah, you found it. You found your way. So
good
that
find
4
there.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Not bad. Okay,
That was
Mike.
just round 1.
That was just round 1. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike. I've the cards have fallen into place today, and we've actually got wrestling birthdays going
Whoa.
down. So I have 3 of those for you. So I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna give you hints that that are ascending from less obvious to more obvious. So I'm gonna give you a hint, and then you can tell me if you want to hear the next one.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because if you know it after
yeah.
3, or if you
I
know
can
it
buzz in
before,
and-
you can buzz in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So first hint. This person was a wrestling coach for Team USA in the 1972 Olympic Games. Okay, we're going to keep going here. This person is a WWE Hall of Famer, despite only 1 world championship win. Now you don't have to guess. You're going to have. There's 3 more clues.
Yeah. Well, so he's a world champion.
And
One-time world champion.
And I'm gonna make some kind of vague rules that you can only guess once, because then in theory you could just keep guessing and it might not be.
So
fun.
I feel like I already have an answer in mind, but I don't want it if it's.
we can keep keep hearing hints just to affirm in your own mind.
I'll do one more hit. You went to the trouble of writing it, so let's hear it.
It's however you want to play it. It's however you want to play it.
Let's hear one more. We'll see if
This
it affirms.
person won the first ever Battle Royal.
First ever Battle Royal.
That's correct.
So not necessarily Royal Rumble. You're not,
Battle
you're not
Royal,
saying
the
wrong.
first ever Battle Royal in WWF.
And he coached Team USA and stuff.
There's 2 more hints. You have 2 more hints.
Okay, let's hear it for fun.
His sole title reign was only 28 days long.
Yeah. All right. I'll just go. I'll say the Iron Sheik.
The Iron Sheik
yeah.
turns.
I thought it was him from the second one.
Turns 78 today.
He's crazy. I love it. Yeah, he's wild. I'm sure you've seen some of his online presence.
I have. Yeah, I have. He's a crazy dude.
Yeah, I think he's a Canadian resident now.
Is that
He
so?
lives in Toronto or
Oh,
something.
no
Yeah.
fooling.
But no, that coaching Team USA one is where I knew he had some sort of involvement, even though he's from like Iran or whatever the fuck it is.
He's from Iran, yeah.
He's actually an Olympic gold medalist himself, which is how I knew. Kurt Angle's not the only Olympic gold medalist in the WWE.
Oh, there you go.
All right, fun stuff.
Did Brock?
Let's
No,
move on
Brock
here.
doesn't have an Olympic medal. He just won, I think,
Brock,
the
no,
NCAA.
some NCAA.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Let's move on here.
General trivia.
Yes, so we're moving from the film over to the category of sports.
Sports.
You like hockey,
I do.
right? Well, the NHL, it's been around for many years, over 100 years now. Some teams have come and gone. So I want you to name 5 NHL teams that are no longer around. Whether they relocated or whatever.
Okay, so there was first. What was most recent? I guess the Atlanta Thrashers.
That's one.
Most recently, and then before them, who even knows? The Quebec Nordiques.
Yeah, that's 2.
They're a former team. The Hartford Whalers
That's a 3.
was a former team. The Minnesota North Stars
Yeah, that's 4.
was a former team. Number 5. Having a little trouble with this one. Now,
Do
no, never mind. Now the Winnipeg Jets were a team.
Yeah, I won't count that one.
Oh shit!
But it's an interesting.
Yeah, that's a close one. That's a close one.
It's a wrinkle. That's a wrinkle. That's for sure.
Now I feel like the things that are popping in my brain are those like black and white teams. Teams from the black and white photo days that I know there was a team in Ottawa and I know there was a team in Vancouver. And they were called the Vancouver
a
Maroons
dozen teams.
or something, those type of things.
Yeah, there's like a dozen teams like that. But there's also a couple more that are more obvious.
A couple more
Well,
obvious.
maybe not that obvious.
No,
you got the main hardest
I got the big ones,
I
I think.
Yeah. You got 4 to 5 so far.
Okay, let me do a quick scan of the provinces. Anything in Saskatchewan? No. Let me do a quick scan of the states. Maybe no, that's a baseball team. You know what? No, I'm gonna have to bow out at 4.
Well, that's still a respectable effort. A couple teams. The Atlanta Flames moved to Calgary, became the Calgary Flames.
Yes. Good one.
The Colorado Rockies.
Ah, shit! I thought that was the name of the baseball team. That's what I was literally thinking.
Well, there is another, but that was a hockey team as well.
Is that
and
what
they
their
moved to-
baseball team is called now?
I think
I
so.
don't know, actually. Anyways, crap! I was.
But they moved to New Jersey, became the Devils. So the Colorado Avalanche have nothing to do with the Rockies.
Yeah, the Colorado Rockies baseball team.
Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
It's a weird, the NHL history. So the Colorado Rockies became the New Jersey Devils. Quebec Nordiques became Colorado Avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
There was also California Golden Seals became the Minnesota North Stars.
California Golden Steels. Yeah.
Yeah. And there was an Ottawa Senators 100 years ago. That's a different Ottawa Senators.
Mm-hmm.
Montreal Maroons, Barons.
Barons.
The Cleveland Barons.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of teams, but yeah, you did good. You did
A bunch of those defunct teams. Damn, Colorado Rockies. I can see the logo too, like the blue,
the mountain with
the sea and the black dot.
It's a nice jersey.
It is a nice jersey.
I think they still,
yeah.
you can get it in Chell.
I've seen them use it on a throwback night before.
Yeah. And you can get the card and hut. You can put it on your team.
Oh, shit. Oh, that'd be fun. Anyways. Oh, my God. I don't even want to talk about Hut right now. Okay, that's fine.
You.
I'm going to talk about Hut right now.
Yeah. I got a Martin St. Louis for free icon.
No way.
Reroll. I didn't tell you. I didn't want to. I've been rubbing it in too
No,
much.
we had some friends over and had a little bit too much to drink last night.
Uh-oh. Did you gamble?
We gambled. We spent too much money on a pack.
A drunken stupor?
Yeah.
Which one did you
Spent
gamble
a lot
on?
of money on a pack. I don't remember which pack it was, but it was like the current $110,000 one.
Ah, and you got nothing?
I just got nothing. Just got nothing.
Yeah, I bought the icon pack was back for a day, and I bought that.
I was just currently, where it was... bad decisions were made, but anyways, let's start making some good decisions.
It's all part of the game.
It's all part of the game. Just like this. Question number 2 for you, Mike. This one will also be part of the game. Again, same thing. Descending difficulty. You have 5 clues.
5 clues.
Okay, so clue number 1. This person's Canadian.
All right. Yeah, I'll need more.
Clue number 2, they had a role in the film Jingle All the Way 2.
Wow. Didn't see the second one. Oh, but wait. I feel like I remember them promoting it. So they're Canadian, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not the person I was thinking of. Okay. Next
Clue.
Yes.
Began their WWE career in the old Ohio Valley Wrestling, but then was in Ohio Valley Wrestling under a different name than they were when they premiered on WWE. So they got a name. They got a name change.
Yeah, they got a name change. Canadian. That's the part that's throwing me off, if anything. That should make it easier, though.
You would think.
Yeah. So
You have-
he's
you have
Canadian.
two
He started in OVW. He was in Jingle All the Way, too. Let's go next one.
Let's go next clue. When they premiered on their very first night, they won the IC title.
On their very first night, they won the IC title. Okay, so that's got to be Santino Morella.
Santino Marella is 46 years old today.
Yes. Oh, happy birthday. I forgot that.
Which I didn't know,
That's
so
what we're
I was
playing.
just like looking at this. Apparently, Vince McMahon's just like, you. Get over here.
You. Yeah, you win.
It's kind of what happens, right? He pulls him out of the crowd there.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Umaga, with the help of Bobby Lashley, he beat Umaga.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's where my buddy trains his
And
wrestling
that's where
school.
Aaron
It's the-
Porter trains, yeah.
There you go. All right. My next question.
Okay.
This one, I guess it's like a pick 'em. I'm going to let you pick the band, and then you got to name 3 albums by that band. And I'll give you a choice of 3 bands.
Okay.
And if you're really hot, you can answer all 3.
Okay.
All right. So you got to name 3 albums by one of these bands.
Okay.
The Mike the Shoot Shepherd selection. So first of all, we have Queen. I can't go wrong with Queen. And then there's Daft Punk. Smaller catalog, but if you know it, you know it.
If you
And then one that we both grew up with, something common ground that if those other are too specific, I have to go with the Canadian classic, Sum 41. So I want you to name 3 albums by one of these bands. You can't do one of each. It's got to be 3 by one of them.
what was the second band you said?
Daft Punk.
Daft Punk, right. Okay, because I can do like Half Hour of Power, Does This
Yeah.
Look Infected, All Killer No
Yeah.
Filler.
Okay. So you got that. That's
and
easy.
then,
You want to
like,
go for more.
Sheer Heart Attack, A Night at the Opera,
Yeah.
and then Queen 2.
Yeah. Could have just said Queen, but yeah.
I could
But
picture
that's fine.
I could picture the cover though, right? It's like the
yeah.
it's like the Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh yeah, the 4 men with the shadow.
Right. And Daft Punk is the one that I know less about.
They have the smallest catalog. Like they only have, I think, 4 albums. Queen, you had 15 to choose from. Sum 41, you had half a dozen or so.
Yeah, I think they have one. I can picture them. I think there's
Yeah.
I know there's one called
sure you can-
I know there's one called Discovery.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I know it's the one where they're writing in red, and then one has a spaceship helmet.
Yeah, you got the covers down.
And
Yeah, it doesn't say the name of the album. On
it
a
doesn't
lot of those
say it.
covers.
Yeah, you're right. So I think Discovery's the only one I know, and then I don't know anymore.
All right. Well, you probably do know Random Access Memories.
I have heard that. I have heard of that. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, that one won Album of the Year at the Grammys.
Oh, no fooling.
With the likes of Get Lucky and all that. Then there was Homework was the first one, and then Human After All was their other.
Human After All. Shit, there you have it.
Yeah.
You up all night to get lucky.
There you go. But you got you met the requirements.
I met the requirement. Hey,
For bonus,
perfect.
you got a lot of bonus
Got a lot
points.
of bonus points on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, your final.
Can you name?
Oh, what are you saying?
You want more bonus? Yeah, I don't know. Can you name all 15 Queen albums?
Oh,
For 100
absolutely
points?
not. I said there's also A Day at the Races. I guess Queen won.
Yes.
The purple greatest hits looking one.
Well, we're not doing that. All right, but you got an extra 2 points there. I'll give you that.
Okay, let's keep going. Here.
Let's keep going. Next.
Your final wrestling birthday today. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clues.
6 clues.
6 clues
Okay.
total. So first clue, they were trained by Kurt Hawkins at his wrestling academy. At Kurt Hawkins' wrestling academy.
Yes.
Clue number 2, they display their religion on their arm with a tattoo. Clue number 3. They were the inaugural Major League Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. Inaugural.
Trained by Kurt Hawkins with a cross tattoo on which arm?
I believe it was phrased, they display their religion with a tattoo on their arm.
So it didn't necessarily say. Okay.
I don't.
Tattoo on their arm.
I didn't say what it was. I said it was.
You didn't say. I can't put words in your mouth.
You can't. And you should not.
Okay. Next clue, please.
Next clue. In 2019, PWI put them 135 at the top in their top 500 in their debut year. It was the first year.
In their debut year?
It was the first year they qualified for
2019.
It was 2019.
You say this past year?
Yes.
Their first year on the job. Okay. Well,
you still have 2 more clues.
Yeah. Wait, what was the one about being a champion?
They were the inaugural Major League Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion.
MLW.
MLW. I'm sure you've seen.
That's the one.
I'm sure you've seen it around.
I've seen it around, but yeah, that's the one that's throwing me off. The inaugural, because there was a couple. I was leaning into other things, but let's go another clue.
One more clue. Recently threw in the towel for their friend in a championship match.
Threw in their towel. MJF.
MJF is correct, sir.
Okay,
there you have it.
Pause.
There you have
Scared me.
No, you were gonna get it. That's right. He threw in the towel for Cody.
Yes.
At
Yes,
the
he
end
did.
there.
That's where that clinched it.
And I didn't want to say, you said cross. No, it's the Star of David. And I was like, 2 very different things.
I'm glad that you didn't.
I just wanted to.
I was just throwing things out there.
Yeah, you're just throwing things out there. But yeah, that was it. MJF, who turns 26 today. No, 26. 22? 24?
Right. Young man.
Shit, I literally just fucking.
I think
deleted the
24.
little
I
page.
think he's he's a young man.
24, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Final question.
Final question.
Guess. Let's see. Okay. I'll give you another music one. Can you name 4 tracks from Michael Jackson's Thriller album?
Oh my God, weren't they all bangers though? Okay, well, first of
Well,
all,
that's
I'm
what-
gonna say Thriller.
Yeah, so there's one.
There's one. Gimme. Now Bad came out on Bad.
Yeah, so you got to be. So those are his 2 biggest albums. My 2 favorite Michael's albums, but
What's another good one? We have I'm gonna say Beat It, maybe?
Beat It's on there.
Beat It? See, that's the thing. I feel like he was just such a hit machine.
He had a lot
That
of hits at this
anything-
time, so you don't want to say the wrong one.
Like, yeah.
But you got Thriller, you got Beat It. So think of the era, think of the cover. He's still a little black. He's got the. Yeah, I don't. Want to say
Okay. So I'm gonna say Billie Jean.
Billie Jean.
Okay.
Yeah, you got 3. I want one more.
Now the only 2 other songs that I can even think of are "Pretty Young Thing" and "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough." Those are the only 2 songs. But I think I want to say those are my 2 guesses. But you're not looking for 5. You're looking for 4.
Well, you can name the whole album if you
Good
want
point.
it, but I want you to be
Isn't it,
definitive.
surprisingly short though? That's one thing I
It's
do know
9
about
tracks.
the album.
It's 9 tracks, and I think 7 of them were in the top 10.
Yeah. It's like,
Like,
oddly short for what it for what it is.
They could only hold like 40 minutes back in those days.
That's a good point.
But
But I'm gonna say "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough" came out like earlier, so maybe not that. And I'm gonna say "Pretty Young Thing," PYT.
you got
Hey,
it. PYT, Pretty Young
PYT.
Thing. You even said the whole thing. Yeah, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough was off the Wall album.
Okay, "Off the Wall." That's another one.
Yeah. Another one from Thriller, another big track was Wanna Be Starting Something.
I don't think I know that one.
Wanna be starting something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know that one. Then there's some other. Then there's the rest. Yeah. So then there's only like 3 other songs. Human Nature, Lady My Life, Baby Be Mine, The Girl Is Mine, with Paul McCartney.
With said Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Good album. I prefer the Bad album just a bit more, but his 2 best.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bad has Smooth Criminal, Bad, Another Part of Me, Dirty Diana. Great track.
Dirty Diana.
Yeah.
No.
Woo!
Dirty Diana.
There we go.
No. Well, there you have it. There you have
Great
it.
track.
That was our trivia.
Fun trivia.
That was our trivia for the week.
Yeah. You know, depending on how these next couple of weeks go, we might get more of those.
Yeah.
More miscellaneous trivia.
Yeah, we might get a lot of more of odd content coming out in the next little while, but that's okay. That's okay because people are looking forward to it. You want to speak about odd? After the world was shut down back on Wednesday, Smackdown was a show that was coming up in Detroit, and they were left with a very difficult decision. But what to do? I mean, you have to cancel the event, but you still have the thing go on. This is live television, of course, because we're talking Smackdown Live. Okay, folks, it's Friday night. It's time for Smackdown Live. It used to be on Tuesday, but then I think it was on Friday before, though. No, wait, they used to film it on a Thursday and then release it. It's just Smackdown Live.
Yes, it is still live.
It's in the name. So what are they going to do? We heard earlier on in the day that it's actually going to happen live from the PC. Unlike the NXT show, this is crowdless. We are getting audience-less wrestling.
Yeah.
For the first time, maybe ever? Definitely. Besides The Rock Mankind at the Super Bowl halftime.
Definitely like the first, I guess like full episode of.
We have a full episode of it, and to kick off the show, Hunter's there, and he gives us the little jaw down about what you're going to see. This is what's happening.
He was Triple H, though. It was not Paul Levesque.
It was.
He wasn't that serious. He was still slightly in character.
He was still Triple H, but somebody had to address people, and this was
Someone
him.
had to address the bug in the air. And he addressed it.
And not only did he address it, and so we're getting this intimate show. Not only is he addressing it, but he's going to join Michael Cole on commentary all night, baby.
And he's always bullied Michael Cole throughout his career, and he does it here. He just
of course.
Every commentary team needs a heel, I guess, and
But to kick off, these two guys are doing they're making lemonade. Everybody on this whole night was making lemonade. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah, the ring crew's there, the refs there. We got a show to put on. So full videos, full graphics, all that shit. Sasha Bailey come out. They cut a promo saying they're the face of SmackDown. And then they get in Triple H's face. They want to know where Paige is because she was supposed to be there, but I don't remember why.
I don't know why she was supposed to be there, but I heard she wasn't supposed to be there due to travel issues.
Travel stuff, yeah. So she's not here, so Bliss Cross come out to interrupt. They cut a promo. They want to get back in the tag title game, but Kabuki Warriors aren't here, and they're looking for a fight, so let's do this. So we get the Boss Hug versus Bliss Cross. It was fine. It was a fun match. The atmosphere, it was there, but it wasn't quite as weird as you would think. Like, the commentary team is still...
They were on overtime. They were on Michael Cole.
Like the way they
Michael Cole was on overtime.
Yeah. It was kind of funny though. Nikki was still doing like the pump up for the crowd, like clapping her hands.
Yeah, and we see more of that, which is a lot of fun. You just can't get it out. My biggest question is, do you think they were still going on commercial breaks, or do you think they were like, we can chill, have some water, okay, and then like just get like a 10-second lead in to whatever you're doing?
You know what? That is a great question.
To me, you would do that. It would.
Great thought. This week's thought of the week.
Thought of the week. I like that.
But yeah, so the match itself was fine. Nikki gets that hot tag, starts running wild, but then Bayley sells like she's got an injured eye, which distracts the ref, and then Asuka shows up from out of nowhere, takes out Bliss. So back in the ring, Sasha hits her little backstabber into the bank statement and gets the submission win.
Yeah, solid opening match, and this had to be, somebody had to work the first match of the night, especially the first match to no crowds. So
yeah, they broke the ice, they broke the tension, and they did fine.
They broke the ice, they broke the tension. Now there was a point where, and I don't know if it was here or after a commercial break or whatever it was, but Triple H was supposed to leave.
Like leave the commentary?
Yeah, because at the beginning, Michael Cole is like, we're gonna have a few people hop on as we go, and then they come back from whatever, I can't remember what they come back from, and Triple H is there, and he says like, you got, like, everybody wanted me back, or like everybody said I need to save the show. So I think like they must have just saw Twitter and they're like, Hunter, get back out there, keep it going. But then he did leave, didn't he, at the end anyway? But then at one point he says at one point, because so there was this rumor going around that he got demoted.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, I don't know if it has to do
Yeah.
with like WrestleMania or whatever. There was some kind of rumor out there, demoted,
I think it was
and
just-
he does make a comment where he says, "I'm the only person that can get demoted from my job and have more work." And he pops Michael Cole so hard. If you go back and watch that little clip, Michael Cole is just losing it after he says that. It was a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
I didn't. I must have glossed over that on first.
Yeah,
view, so
yeah,
I'll have to
yeah.
catch the clip.
These guys were having a great time out there.
Yeah, but then Michael Cole gets up from behind the desk for the first of a couple sit-down interviews with Roman. Roman Reigns comes out as his guest, and they just kind of talk about his upcoming Mania match with Goldberg, as if it's still happening. So
Yeah, business as usual.
until it's done, it's not done. So yeah, there we go. And then backstage, the returning Jeff Hardy is interviewed, and King Corbin interrupts, and he insults him. And Hardy says, "Yeah, guess what? We got a match later." And then Elias strolls up and wants to play a song. He's a drifter. He's just drifting.
And he does, I think. No, he doesn't. And then, okay, so but at this point, now we go watch the Chamber again.
Yeah. So they threw that. I think right before that, we get the backstage with Brian and Drew Gulak, and
Oh, yeah. And
they're kind of buddies now. He's like, I'm still sore. You had a lot of counters. You're very clever. So let's team up. And then Sammy and Nakamura, they come up and challenge him. So we get that, and then they did play an entire replay of the men's tag elimination chamber.
which, again, everyone's making lemonade right now.
Yeah, that's
and
fine,
a pretty good match to watch for free, too. Like, this was
Yeah, it was a great
pay-per-view. It was a
match.
good match to see if you're a casual wrestling fan and this already looked weird enough, or for some reason, you're clicking by and you see the elimination chamber. It is more of a spectacle, right? To see the whole thing.
Yeah. And it saved me like a half hour, so I didn't have to watch that.
And
I've already seen it.
I've seen it already, which is cool
Yeah,
for
so
us. It's fine that we've seen already.
I'm not sure if they'll do that every week or if that was just special because they had the pay-per-view.
Well, I mean, think about Raw's got to fill 3 hours, dog.
Yeah, like they just be like, here's
3
last
hours.
year's. Here's Kofi from versus Brian from last year. Let's enjoy that.
They're SmackDown guys, but we'll play it on
doesn't
Raw.
matter.
We'll play it on Raw.
But let's go. Yeah, this is SmackDown. Daniel Bryan taking on Cesaro, and Drew Gulak is now in his corner to coach him. He's his Arn Anderson, if you will. So good match. Two great wrestlers. Cesaro's trying to work over that sore neck from Bryan, landing on it. But Bryan catches Cesaro out of nowhere with an inside cradle, gets the 3 count. And then afterwards, Nakamura tries to attack him, but his new friend Drew makes a save. So Sammy jumps in, they toss Drew into the stairs, hurting him. And then they're all broken up, and Bryan checks on his new buddy as the heels leave.
Yeah, this the reactions in a match like this was really what hurt it, right? Just like the crowd reacting.
Yeah, we don't get the yes chance,
but it was funny when they did come out to the ramp. Like I think Drew Gulak was doing the yeses, and then Daniel Bryan
Yeah,
eventually,
he still had some support.
eventually moved on.
Yeah, but I do like this. It's good. It's giving Drew some television time. Bryan's helping him out.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan can elevate anybody.
There you go.
Right.
But now Jeff Hardy in his big return match, taking on King Corbin, unfortunately. But Corbin, they're fighting outside the ring. They go back and forth. Elias is on commentary now, and at one point he just stands up, starts playing his guitar, which distracts Corbin. And Jeff hits a Twist of Fury.
Twist of Fury,
Michael.
that's what it was. I was trying to remember what it was called.
They changed it. Well, it's supposed to be the Twist of Fate. I couldn't tell if this was a fuck up or because it didn't look the same. It was like a neck breaker instead of a cutter at the end. So maybe this is a new move.
It's hard to tell. I mean, if Matt,
If he does it again next week-
Hardy is moving on, and
Then he's like, okay, Matt, you can have that because I still have the Swanton Bomb, which he does after and gets the win.
Yeah.
So Twist of Fury.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, pretty bad match though.
Yeah, I mean it's Corbin. But I know, and Jeff Hardy.
Coming back from it,
big return, and you
back
get no
from
crowd
injury,
pop, you
yeah,
get nothing.
that's
So
tough.
there was nothing for me there. But then we end the show with John Cena coming out, and he's got another interview with Cole about Bray Wyatt and WrestleMania, and he just goes over the history of he beat him, and since then he was a broken man, and he's full of excuses, but he gave up after that loss and shit. He was just serious John Cena for a while, but then with the quiet crowd, it seemed even more serious. Mm-hmm. And then, he's going on, and then Bray himself shows up, but it's not the Fiend, it's Funhouse Bray. So he's in the front row, he comes in the ring, starts talking to Cena, and he just basically, they're building to the match, but we don't know. It's going to be hard to hold it off and keep doing these promos for another few months if that's what they have to do. I don't know. But the promo itself was pretty good.
These, I thought these were great. I loved these. You know what? It was really, when you take the people away, it's really just like a monologue or a soliloquy. You know, it's just it's the things that you're thinking to yourself.
It's a stage play.
It was that was the most theatrical I've ever felt. The God, because I mean, well, what you hear the most is like, you know, especially a guy like Cena and Bray Wyatt too. These guys are incredible on the microphone, but you have to react to the crowd. So when there's no crowd to react to, you're just kind of acting now. Now you're just reading a script and interpreting it however you want, or who knows? Maybe a lot of those things weren't scripted. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, but either way, it was a good, well done, very well done. But unfortunately, we don't know when the build will finish at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, it's all...
As will, yeah. But, you know, they got it in the can, so now they can replay it before whenever that feud finally comes out.
Yeah.
The video footage.
Yeah, exactly. It's there, so they can go 3 months ago on Smackdown and then play it again, and then John Cena comes out and everyone boos and
then he gets attacked. Then they replay it in slow motion, black and white, for added effect.
Oh right, yeah, bang! And with that little
at the moment of impact, then they stop it. It goes black and white. And slow.
I love when they have that one piano note that's super reverb. It just goes like ping.
Yeah, the moment.
Ping. And
he's dead. But that was it.
That was SmackDown Live.
That was the Performance Center SmackDown, the new home of wrestling for the next little while for WWE. So, yeah, all three brands, I guess, are going to be sharing that place.
Yeah, it's going to be better sanitize it down because you're going to have a lot of people going in and out of there.
Yeah, that's all it takes. If one wrestler tests positive, then what?
Then they cancel WrestleMania.
Vince might die. He's an old man. He's the most vulnerable. XFL has been canceled. Forgot to mention
just
that.
canceled.
I mean, is every other sport. So, well, that's what bad timing. It finally comes back. It was doing okay.
I think they released a statement that they're like, hey, we're canceled right now, but we're coming back. Like, we had a good season.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's everyone's plan is to hopefully still come back and have a playoffs. But
no, they canceled the season. Like, they're not going to.
Oh, they're coming back for next season?
They're not going to come back. Well, they will come back next season, but they're not coming back to finish this season.
Yeah. But I think they're still paying all the players their salaries.
That's good.
And also, the only other piece of news we missed was Rob Gronkowski has reportedly signed with WWE. The Gronk.
Oh, yeah. So this happened on SmackDown, too. So this was actually too dumb.
Yeah, they had Mojo out there, didn't they?
Dumb thing happens. Oh, yeah. It was.
You ask about the skip button sometimes. My skip, I don't even mention it.
No, we're
I just gloss over things.
We're hitting pause on this segment because this is huge for two reasons. One,
yes, we did have to mention the Gronk.
One, Mojo Rawley did not acknowledge losing his belt at all.
Yeah, he doesn't wear face paint at all anymore. That didn't.
It doesn't wear face paint. That's number two. And three, the first ever Raw superstar to come over to SmackDown.
What, Mojo?
Yeah.
Well, that was just commentary.
Since the brand split, nobody.
He didn't fight though.
But since the brand split, nobody has crossed paths.
Well, Sammy got his managerial license.
But Sammy got the man. Yeah, well, of course that gives him the pass because he has a managerial license.
Well, maybe he got a commentary pass.
Mojo Rawley is the first ramen to come over to SmackDown.
The first noodle.
It's huge. It's a huge moment.
Yeah, and he's bringing his buddy Gronk with him because they are friends IRL.
Bringing him where? I'm not too sure. I don't think there's anything to bring him to.
Well, I don't know. He's gonna bring him to the show.
That's a good point.
He's gonna start wrestling. The Gronk.
Bring him to the PC because that's where the show's happening.
That's where they are anyway.
Yeah.
So we can just watch him train live.
Maybe that's what the show will be. But anyways, there you have it, folks. That was Street Brothers Wrestling Podcast for another week.
We still got weekly wrestling, so we'll be back next week. No pay-per-views on the horizon. We're playing it as it comes. So.
Yeah, well, we're at the mercy of everybody else. But before we end the show, let's just give it to you right now. It's our wrestler of the week.
It's the wrestler of the week, of the week. Wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week, of the week, of the week. The wrestler of the week.
Mike, who do you got?
Well, yes, this week I'm going to give it to NXT fellow, a lady fellow named Mia Yim. Because, I enjoyed her match with Dakota Kai. Looking forward to her in that ladder whenever it happens because she's awesome. She's a rising up star. Rising star. I combined a couple things there.
A rising upstar.
That's a new term. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. I'm gonna have to give my wrestler of the week to. We're sticking on NXT. Also, the man took one hell of a beating. So we're gonna give it to Tommaso Ciampa.
Hey,
whenever that match happens, it's gonna be great. And his face went through like a fucking window at one point.
Yeah, and that table bump was great.
Yeah, and then he died. Oh yeah, then he died on the on the table. I forgot about that.
Anytime he gets within like 2 minutes in a wrestling match, his forehead just starts bursting with veins.
Oh, he gets so veiny. I love it.
Like imagine if he bladed, the blood pressure would just squirt across the room. If he ever bladed.
I love it. Perfect.
But there you go.
That was the show, folks. Remember to rate, review, like, and subscribe. The show's everywhere, so you better be thumbs upping wherever you can.
Yeah.
And we'll be back when the week goes on. Remember to self-quarantine there, folks. But we still have Raw. We still have the Wednesday Night Wars coming up, so you're not going to want to miss it.
Yes. This is entertainment. You need us.
And we need you. Okay, thanks for listening, folks. Bye.
Bye.